Hello and welcome to second turn of Arkham Horror. Well, before I start this turn in Arkham Horror, I actually have to fix some mistakes from the previous playthrough, where when I was taking these spells, when I was learning spells, you actually, when you're learning spells, you can't choose which spells you're gonna get. You have to roll on the chart because you actually get the random spells. So each spell has a little number here and you roll 2 dice. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna roll for all other characters right now just to check what kind of spells they're going to get. So let's see, for the red guy, he actually got spell number 5, so he has a wither. The green guy, that's an 8, so he has an insight. And Amanda is blue, she actually got also insight. So that's the correct spells they got. And also, when I was doing labor action, you actually have to spend both actions to get $1. So my dollars actually should be on 5, not on 7. So that's just correction from the previous playthrough. So yeah, let's continue. So what we have here is a headline effect that is always active. Active during this turn. Is we have a heavy rains and investigators can't use their move or travel action this turn. So I can't move from spot to spot, or I can't move from one street to another street, but I can still use taxi at least if I have to. But let's say here I'm thinking Amanda should stay where she is. Pick this clue, and I shouldn't forget right now I also have to use Marcel here to also try to pick this clue, so I would on the card use clue encounter. But let's see what else we can do. So Rachel is first. Let me check something. Rachel has the insight. Actually no, Rachel doesn't have any spell. I'm thinking, should I actually go for the spell? Well, first thing what I'm going to do with Rachel, I'm gonna definitely focus my lore, and then I'm gonna try to ward this location and just lower the corruption a bit. So that's 3 plus. Oh, 1. Well, even with my lore that is focused, this +1 doesn't just bring me to 2, so I still failed. But I can spend my focus to reroll, but I actually want to leave it like this, because even if Rachel doesn't manage to ward this, Kai can do that. So yeah, I'm just gonna accept I failed. And with Marcel, I have a spell. I actually can try this. I can try Insight spell. It costs an action, I need to test lore, and if I pass I can move 1 clue from my space to my supply. And then suffer 2 mental wounds. Oh, that's not good, but otherwise I can risk it and try to get it. Let me check. I have a more chance with the lore. Well, the lore is right now focused, so yeah, I'm gonna try the insight. That's 3 plus. Trying my spell, that's a 5, with the plus that's 6, so I definitely have passed that. So I can immediately move 1 clue from my space to the supply. The problem is I have to take 2 mental damage, which means I have to rise corruption by 2, and I can choose where I want to rise those corruption. So I'm gonna rise 1 here in this. Oh no, actually I'm gonna rise 1 here in the north side, 3, and I'm gonna rise. Let me check something. Oh, I'm gonna rise in my space here, also to 3. So immediately the corruption tracker is gonna go to 3 right now. But that's not a problem because sorry, my mouse died out. Okay, I have a spare mouse. That's not a problem because the second action I'm going to do, well, I can do a research if I want to and place the clue here, or just lower my. I'm gonna do a research. I'm gonna do a research definitely. So to do a research action, you actually have to test your observation, and if you are successful, you can place a clue on your current mystery. Now this mystery here also demands that I first must discard a spell before doing a research action. So even if I fail a research, I'm gonna lose a spell. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna discard a spell. So I got my cube back, which I can use later to get something else. And I'm gonna use my research action. So testing my observation, 4 plus, I got a 6. So I passed. I can place a clue on the mystery. So that's 1 out of 3. Alright, so those are my 2 actions. Okay, let's go to Kai. With him, I definitely want to start with warding first. Also, I forgot something. It says after Marcel has a special ability that is always active. It says after performing a successful ward action, you can move 1 clue token to your space. So I can actually place this into my space if I want to, but I don't want to because there's Amanda there, and I think she will be successful in gaining that clue. Also, she also has an insight, but I'm not sure I want to use it twice because that's gonna be 2 more mental wounds, which means I need to increase by 2 corruption somewhere. I can spread it around, but still it's gonna be too much corruption. I don't want to do that right now. Anyway, with Kai I'm definitely gonna ward here. You can actually discard a focus token to cancel 1 headline daily effect. That will allow us to move, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Yeah, let's ward first. So testing his lore. He passed. I'm gonna lower this to 2. Now the question is, do I want to... Yeah, I'm gonna definitely want to go here. I want to travel and then have 2 guys that can ward this back to 1 if I have to. So I'm gonna pay $1 to use the taxi. I'm gonna move from here to this spot. Well, actually, gonna go to merchant districts. Yeah. So those are his 2 actions. And let's go back to Amanda. She's definitely want to stay there because I'm gonna do clue encounter. And then my first thing I want to do, I can do insight, but I'm deciding not to. I mean, that's definitely a easy way to get a clue and place it into my supply and then do research. But that I can try to rush through the mystery basically. It's tempting. It's tempting to yeah, let's actually do it. So I'm gonna do insight, and if I pass I can move a clue immediately to my supply, then I can research it. It's gonna cost me 2 mental damage, but hey, let's try. So testing my lore, I have a +1 because that's where I'm focused. So 4, that's actually 5, so I passed. So I can immediately take a clue into my supply and take 2 mental wounds, which means I have to I can spread it around. So let's rise it here, 1, 2, 3, and let's rise it here to 3. Or maybe this is not a good spot. Let's rise it here back. Alright, and now I can do a research. So testing my observation, 3 plus. I failed. I will have to spend a clue. Not clue, spend a focus to reroll. So let's try that. Or yeah, try that. Ah, I still failed. I didn't manage to research this. Okay, maybe next time. So yeah, those are all 2 actions for all investigators. Now we go to the encounter phase, starting with Rachel. She is in the north side. And let's roll on the chart and see what kind of encounter in the north side she will have. 6. It says you find that the door to your room is left ajar, although you have locked it before going out. You cautiously enter, so she have to, let me see, corruption is in red, so that's a 1 up, so she had to test a lore -1. Ooh. Okay, oh, she failed. Fail monster attacks you. Wow, so there was a monster in her room. Alright, so good thing I finally can showcase how the monster works. So we have here a monster attack chart. So you're gonna roll on that chart. You roll 1 die, it goes 1 to 6, and then you're gonna have a monster attack. That's a 1. It says out of nowhere 2 crab-like claws swiftly snatch you by the throat. Panicking, you try to break free. So she needs to test strength -1. Oh, she's not good in strength. Yeah, that's actually 3. She failed. You suffer 2 wounds, then test willpower -1. Okay, so because she suffered 2 wounds in this district, the corruption is gonna go by 2. So right now it's on 5. And then she have to test willpower. And if she loses, she suffers 1 more mental wound. Okay, willpower -1. Her willpower is 3. She passed, so that's 4. She passes on 3 plus, so that's 5. Wow, this immediately raises corruption to 5. Not good. Alright, let's see Marcel. His encounter is in the downtown. Merchant needs you to help him with the ghost operation in his store. Okay. It's red down, so he needs to test his observation. He passes on 4 plus. Oh, he failed. I already spent the focus, so I can't reroll that. Okay. Fail. His storage room is a connection to another world. You are lost. Wow. So what happened now? Marcel is just slipped into another dimension, so he's lost. I will just place his little peon on his card right now to signify that he's not in Arkham anymore. From now on, he can't do any actions, and during the encounter phase, he actually had to do one of these other world encounters. He's completely slipped into another dimension. Okay, what a bad turn. Kai is also in the downtown, so let's see what kind of encounter he has. That's 2. Shoplifter pursued by 2 thugs, but you're not sure how to act. Okay, so that's red down. He needs to test his observation. Okay, his observation is very low. He only passed on 5 plus. Okay, he actually passed. Pass robber was trying to help. Rise the corruption in your district by 1. So it would actually better if he failed. So corruption goes to 4. Also, I forgot totally, corruption should be on 5. Sorry about that. immediately. So actually he should like test lore -1. Oh damn, I missed that. Okay. Well, he would still pass because he has 3 possible rolls, so I don't have to redo that. Alright, it's Amanda. And Amanda is on the French Hill. Let's see what kind of encounter she has there. It's a 6. It says, all animals are restless this night. Their howling coming from the zoo is eerie. You quickly dress yourself and run to investigate. So now she needs to pass, let me see, it is white down. So she needs to pass a lore -1. Oh, her lore is pretty good, but she failed, of course. Okay, let's see. Failed. You see a body of the zookeeper ripped to pieces by something that was never created by nature. Take 2 mental wounds and spawn 1 monster in your district. Wow. 2 mental wounds. I think I'm gonna rise here to 4. And then I have to spawn monster in my district. So we have a monster right now here. Now, this is how the monsters work. They usually don't move. They stay in the district where they are, unless some kind of effect move them. And this is basically like just representation of the all kind of creatures that are living there. So during the mythos, if we actually get one of these icons with the monsters, any investigator in that district will have a monster attack which he have to deal with. So the monsters are pretty bad nuisance, because if you don't remove them or push them in some district where there are no investigators, well, they're just going to make problems for the investigators in this district by attacking them. Well, that's a possibility if you roll on the mythos die. Anyway, wow. So right now my corruption is 5. It's rising pretty high. Also, whenever the corruption rises to 6 or more in one district, the doom is gonna move by the number of each district that has like 6 or more corruption in it. So we need to lower that if we can. Anyway, that was the encounter phase, pretty problematic encounter phase. And now we're gonna go and do one mythos effect. I need to do white because corruption is in the white. So let's roll 2 dice and let's see what happens. Okay, that's a 5. So that's here. First of all, we're gonna have a reckoning effect. So let's check our setup cards for the reckoning effect. It says each investigator in the district with 4+ corruption gains a condition. So let's check. Here there are no investigators, but here and here there are 2 investigators, Rachel and Kai. They are both going to get condition, and let's see what kind of condition. That's a condition called slumber. So both Kai and Rachel now has to take their little cubes. Rachel's gonna use the pocket watch and get the slumber condition, and Kai is gonna use his Ritter spell and got the slumber condition. Now let's see what the slumber condition actually does. And it says condition slumber. You no longer resolve your action and encounter phase. Another investigator in your space must test his strength to remove this condition from you. If every investigator has this condition, investigator lose the game. So right now 2 of my investigators are in slumber. 1 of my investigators is lost in the other world, and only Amanda is here right now facing the monsters. So suddenly on the turn 2 the things became pretty dire and really bad. Alright, and that was only the reckoning. The good thing is we're gonna have 1 clue spawned. Alright, that's this like icon with the magnifying glass. So let's spawn the clue. How do you do that? Well, it's simple. By the way, you can't have more than 3 clues on the map, because that's the component limitation. If you have to spawn and clue and you already have a clue on the map, instead of spawning you just move the clue to the nearest investigator, so at least it's gonna get closer to you to pick him up. Alright, so how the spawning works: first we're gonna roll to see in which district. As you can see, each district has a number, so let's roll one die. That's a 5, so the clue is gonna spawn in downtown. And now we're gonna roll again to see on which spot. So downtown on 4. So right on poor Kai that is actually now sleeping. Alright, and that was turn 2. So let's see where we at. So Rachel and Kai are in deep slumber. Only way to wake them up is if I get Amanda there and use her strength test to maybe slap them out from that slumber. Marcel is lost somewhere. We don't know where, because during his next encounter we're gonna flip this and check where the in which other role he left, actually, because we have a blue gates, orange gates and red gates, each with their own encounters. Also, Arkham is still underwater basically. Investigator can't use their move or travel action. So this is ongoing effect and it's not gonna be removed unless some other headline effects change it. Now I could use this, but I forgot to do it. Right now Amanda has a really good ability where she can reroll one. Oh, she have to spend focus. Well, forget it. I didn't have a focus to use that. But yeah, Amanda can reroll these dice that you roll during the Mythos effect. So if something bad happens, she can actually prevent it. But no. Kai is in slumber and he was the only one that could discard the focus to remove the headline effect. So right now with Amanda I can only move if I use a taxi. That's gonna cost me. Yeah, pretty dire situation. At least she has a one clue, and if I pick at least another one I can solve the mystery, but I need to wake up my investigators and we need to hope that Marcel's gonna return from other worlds. So thank you for watching. This was the second turn of Tiny Arkham Horror, and if you like the game so far and things I make, please subscribe and yeah, watch my videos. So goodbye.